Friends, colleagues, fellow dreamers, look around you at the faces in this room, or perhaps the faces you see reflected in the quiet moments of your own life. We are all on a journey, a path filled with aspirations and ambitions, but also littered with obstacles, setbacks, and moments of profound doubt. There are days when the weight of the world seems to press down on your shoulders, when the goals you've set feel impossibly distant, and when the voice of self-doubt whispers that perhaps you are not strong enough, not smart enough, not capable enough to see your vision through to the end. I am here today that these moments are not a sign of failure. They are, in fact, the forge in which true strength is hammered out. The path to greatness is not a smooth, paved road. It is a rugged, winding trail, and every challenge you face is simply a step on that climb. The world often presents us with a polished narrative of success, a highlight reel of victories and triumphs. We see the final product to champion on. The podium, the entrepreneur with the thriving business, the artist with the sold-out gallery, but we rarely get to witness the long, arduous process that preceded it. We don't see the countless hours of practice, the rejections, the failures, the moments of despair that were all part of the journey. This manufactured version of success can be paralyzing. It can make us feel like our own struggles are unique, and somehow a sign that we are on the wrong path. But nothing could be further from the truth. The very nature of achieving something remarkable is that it requires you to push past what is comfortable, to endure what is difficult, and to persist when every fiber of your being tells you to quit. The real story of achievement is not about avoiding problems. It is about confronting them head-on with an unyielding spirit. Think about the human spirit. It is not defined by its ability to never fall, but by its capacity to always rise again. Every great innovation, every powerful movement, every personal breakthrough in history have been born out of a refusal to accept the status quo. It is the individual who, after facing a major defeat, chooses to analyze the situation, learn from their mistakes, and adjust their strategy, who ultimately finds the way forward. This kind of resilience isn't an innate quality. It is a muscle that is built through consistent use. Each time you face a challenge and don't give up, you are strengthening your resolve. Each time you hear no and decide to find another way, you are reinforcing your determination. These aren't just abstract concepts. They are the fundamental building blocks of a successful and meaningful life. The world will test your resolve with every fiber of its being. It will present you with roadblocks disguised as impossibilities and with disappointments that feel like the end of the line. But what if you chose to see these not as punishments, but as invitations? An invitation to discover how strong you truly are. An invitation to prove to yourself that your passion is more powerful than any obstacle. The person who succeeds is not the one who never gets knocked down, the one who learns to get back up faster, smarter, and with a fire in their belly that burns brighter than before. We must cultivate a mindset that sees hardship not as a reason to retreat, but as a reason to attack with renewed vigor. The power to overcome adversity lies not in the circumstances themselves, but in your response to them. You are the architect of your destiny, and every difficult moment is an opportunity to add a new, powerful chapter to your story. Remember that the challenges you overcome today will become the foundation of your success tomorrow, and the lessons learned in the struggle will be the most valuable assets you ever possess. The journey toward any significant goal is fundamentally an act of faith in your own abilities, faith in your purpose, and faith that the effort you put in today will yield a reward down the line, even if you cannot yet see it. This belief, this unwavering conviction in the face of uncertainty, is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. It is a quiet confidence that whispers, "I can," when the world shouts, "You can." It's the inner voice that compels you to take one more step when your legs are weary and your spirit is flagging. This internal fortitude is not a gift. It is a choice. You choose to believe in yourself even when others don't, and you choose to keep going even when the path is shrouded in darkness. The truly successful are not those who are immune to doubt, but those who feel the doubt and proceed anyway. The greatest triumphs in human history were not achieved by people who had all the answers, but by those who had the courage to ask the right questions and the persistence to seek the solutions. In the annals of history, there are countless tales of individuals who refuse to be defined by the limitations of their time, but few are as iconic and profoundly inspiring as the story of Jackie Robinson. His is a narrative that transcends the boundaries of sport, speaking to the very core of what it means to face injustice with dignity and to persevere in the face of unimaginable hatred. Before he stepped onto the baseball field, Jackie Robinson was a brilliant all-around athlete, a four-sport letter winner at UCLA, a man of exceptional talent and a strong moral compass. Yet his race denied him the opportunities that were freely given to his white peers. He was relegated to playing in the Negro Leagues, a world of professional baseball that, while rich in talent and tradition, was a painful testament to the racial segregation that permeated American society. But his destiny was about to be altered by one man with a radical vision. Brooklyn Dodgers owner Branch Rickey. Rickey wanted to integrate Major League Baseball, but he knew this was not a task for just any gifted player. He needed more than just a powerful bat or a fast set of legs. He needed a man of immense character, a person who could withstand the ferocious torrent of racism that was sure to come. In his famous meeting with Robinson, Rickey didn't ask him if he had the talent. He knew he did. Instead, he asked him if he had the guts not to fight back. He asked Robinson to endure racial slurs, death threats, and physical aggression without retaliation for 2 years. He explained that any show of anger or frustration on Robinson's part would be used as a reason to shut the door on integration forever. For a proud, strong man like Robinson, this was an almost impossible request. It was an ask for him to absorb the pain and humiliation of an entire nation's prejudice, to carry the weight of a generation's hope on his shoulders, and to do so with silent grace. Robinson accepted the challenge, and in 1947, he walked onto the field at Ebbets Field as the first African American to play in modern Major League Baseball. The torment was immediate and unrelenting. Pitchers aimed at his head, players on opposing teams sharpened their spikes and tried to injure him with brutal slides. Fans screamed hateful slurs from the stands, and even some of his own teammates initially petitioned to have him removed from the team. The pressure was immense, a heavy, suffocating blanket of hostility that would have broken a lesser man. His wife, Rachel, and his young family received death threats. But Robinson had made a promise, and he kept it. He channeled every ounce of his pain, his frustration, and his righteous anger into his game. He stole bases with a daring that unnerved pitchers. He hit with a power that silenced his critics. And he fielded his position with a quiet elegance that defied the chaos around him. His performance on the field became his powerful, non-verbal response to the hate. He wasn't just playing a game. He was fighting a revolution with every swing of the bat and every spectacular play. The silent dignity with which he endured the abuse began to break down the walls of prejudice. Teammates who had once wanted him gone became his staunchest defenders. The iconic moment when his teammate Pee Wee Reese put his arm around Robinson's shoulders in a show of solidarity on the field was a pivotal turning point, a powerful visual that told the world they were a team. As the years went on, Robinson didn't just survive, he thrived. He was named the first Rookie of the Year, won the National League Most Valuable Player Award, and led the Dodgers to a World Series championship. His excellence was so undeniable that it forced the nation to confront the absurdity of its own racial barriers. He showed the world that talent, character, and humanity have no color. His courageous act of defiance, not through violence, but through unrelenting excellence, paved the way for generations of black athletes and was a crucial catalyst for the broader civil rights movement. His story is a powerful reminder that sometimes the most potent form of resistance is simply refusing to be defeated. Jackie Robinson's story is not just a tale from the past. It is a timeless blueprint for for how to navigate our own modern struggles. We may not face the same intense public hatred he did, but we all confront our own unique forms of adversity. We face rejection from potential employers. We encounter criticism of our creative work, and we deal with personal failures that can feel just as crushing as any racist jeer from a stadium crowd. The lesson from Robinson's life is clear. Your response to adversity is more important than the adversity itself. He could have fought back with his fists, and in doing so, would have likely validated the prejudices of those who opposed him and been run out of the league. Instead, he chose a different, more difficult path, a path of excellence and silent, unyielding determination. He understood that his actions on the field spoke far louder than any words he could ever say. So what does this mean for you today? It means that when you face a challenge, you must first refuse to be defined by it. Don't let a setback become your entire story. A job rejection is not a judgment on your worth as a person. It is a redirection. A failed project is not an indictment of your ability. It is a lesson in what not to do next time. Like Robinson, you must channel your frustration and disappointment into productive action. Use the energy that you would have spent on anger or self-pity and invest it in honing your skills, in perfecting your craft, in becoming so undeniably good at what you do that your success becomes its own form of protest against any doubt or negativity. Your talent and your drive are the most powerful tools you possess, and they are your best response to anyone who tells you that you can't. The second part of the lesson is about finding your own version of Branch Rickey. We all need mentors, allies, and supporters who believe in our potential even when we struggle to see it ourselves. Look for the people in your life who see your light, not just your shadows. Surround yourself with individuals who will tell you the truth, who will push you to be better, and who will support you when the world is against you. Robinson's burden was heavy, but he did not carry it entirely alone. He had the unwavering support of Rickey, his wife Rachel, and eventually many of his teammates. These are the people who will help you find the strength to keep going when your own reserves are running low. Never underestimate the power of a single person who stands by you. Finally, and most importantly, his story is a call to action. Robinson didn't just break a barrier for himself. He broke it for every single person who came after him. He used his platform not to glorify his own success, but to advocate for a more just and equal society. Your journey, whatever it may be, is not just about your personal triumph. It is about the impact you will have on others. The success you achieve can and should be a light that helps illuminate the path for someone else. Use your victories to open doors, your voice to uplift others, and your experience to mentor the next generation. The ultimate measure of a great life is not the number of accolades you accumulate, but the number of lives you positively influence. So as you go out into the world and face your own challenges, remember Jackie Robinson. Remember that courage is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act in spite of it. Remember that dignity in the face of adversity is a powerful weapon. And remember that true legacy is built not on what you accomplish for yourself, but on the enduring good you create for others.